Here is every single unpatched glitch in Palworld, including some new ones that we recently found, so strap in, this is a long one. Alright, what's good guys? So we're going to start with some really popular ones that are the most OP. So if you've already seen any of these, or you've already used any of these, or you already know about them and you don't want to use them, you can just go ahead and skip, because I'm going to have all the time codes in the description. Now we're going to be starting off with the XP one, because I believe that's the most overpowered one in the entire game right now. So the only thing you're going to want to need right now is the Rain of Mercy to do this. We're just going to hop straight into it. No intro, no yapping, none of that. So just grab a Rain of Mercy and then also grab some wood, and we're going to teleport right over here to try and find a Meemog at chords 350 and 3, just this little volcano area over here. Now that we found a Meemog to do this glitch on, the rest is pretty simple. We're just going to want to get one of these wooden traps and capture the Meemog in there. A lot of people ask me why we use the Meemog instead of any other pal. It looks like I need to get some stone real fast, and that's just because the Meemog is usually a good level and he doesn't run, and he just stays still like a good little puppy, a good little boy, and makes this glitch a lot easier. Now I haven't tried it with any other kind of pals, but I'm pretty sure it works on all of them. I just like to stick to the Meemog personally. It makes things a lot easier. So once you go ahead and catch him, oh, he glitched out a little bit there, make sure to put on your Rain of Mercy. And guys, this is the important part. Do not take the Rain of Mercy off. If you take the Rain of Mercy off, this is not going to work. And now you can just sit here and do as much damage to him as you possibly can, over and over and over again. And when you kill him, it is going to give you a humongous XP boost. I just realized I don't even have any pals that aren't level 100, so let me try and catch something real quick, or aren't level 60, I mean, just so you guys can see how well this works. There we go, we have a level 26 pal or person in our inventory here, so you'll be able to see it instantly go to level 60. Now, a lot of people say like this doesn't really work on multiplayer servers, or it only works because I have my XP settings turned up. Guys, if you've ever tried to get from level 50 to 60 in this game, even with max XP settings, it takes absolutely forever. So if you do this glitch, it definitely helps out with that. I wish I learned about this glitch earlier, because trust me, it is not any easier to turn your XP up to max and get to level 60. It still takes centuries. So that is why this glitch is useful, or you can use this glitch on multiplayer servers or your friend servers which don't have the settings all the way turned up. So I'm just going to sit here and do damage to this Meemog for a few minutes, and I will get back to you guys about how to complete this glitch. Alright, I think he is about ready. I accidentally broke the trap, that doesn't really matter. And when you have done this for a few minutes and you've done a ton of damage to him, all you're going to want to do is just take out your torch and hit him with it until he catches on fire. Sometimes he runs away, and this is the annoying part. You have to go catch him. This is why I like him in my trap, but it doesn't really matter because most of the time you guys won't break your traps. Hold on, let me go track him down real quick. This is only a problem for me because I accidentally broke the trap, but once you get him stuck again, he should catch on fire, and there we go. 14,400,000 XP just for killing one single level 20 Meemog. I didn't do it long enough to actually get him up to level 60, but that is pretty much how the glitch works. You can do it for even longer if your settings are different, or you want even more XP, and you're able to rank all of your pals up in pretty much one go. This guy went from level 20 to level 59 in like 2 minutes, so it's definitely pretty overpowered, and you can do this on multiplayer servers, single player servers, or whatever. Now let's get on to the next glitch. The next glitch is also pretty overpowered. I'm going to be telling you guys how to easily defeat the Xenoloord or the Blazma Ryu. However, before we get into that, just real quick, I am placing a bonsai tree here for every single subscriber we get right now during Palworld. I used to do this with furnaces. I still have a bunch of those over in my new location, and I need about 200 more of these placed just off my recent videos. So if you want to become a permanent part of my base, feel free to sub up and get your own bonsai tree here. But on to the next glitch. Now you guys have probably seen this one in my videos also, and of course that is the glitching the Xenoloord and Blasma Ryu. So you're going to want to just grab a few of their slabs, and then you're going to want to grab enough materials to make a base. I believe I have all the materials already. Yep, here we go. And we're going to go to this special location at the top of the map at the pristine snowfield with cores -350 to 75. Now, once you are here, you're going to want to build a base right near this big rock right here. So I'll place one down so you guys can see. It doesn't really matter where you place it. You kind of just want it like in the middle right here. And then you can tell it's in a good spot when the blue line is like over near this triangle rock right here. Now the glitch that we're going to do is summon the Blasma or the new Xenoloord, and we're just going to go behind this rock right here. And if you can tell, it's kind of sussy. That is because you can just walk right behind it, and it is a little glitched area here. I don't know how they haven't patched this. This has been in the game forever, and it negates damage and lets you damage the bosses very easily. It isn't like 100% foolproof. Sometimes some of their attacks can get through, and sometimes they do a bit of damage to you, and sometimes you're like bullets don't hit them or whatever, but it is a lot easier to do it this way than any other way, and it makes it like 99% easier. So I'm going to summon both of the bosses right now to show you guys how to do it. Alright, once you have built a little bit of a platform and gotten down your summoning rock over here, we're just going to put it in and play the game like normal, except this time we are actually going to go inside of that little glitch space I showed you. And again, I don't know if I'm actually going to like kill this boss all the way because it kind of takes a while, but I will show you guys how OP being inside this glitch is. Now, especially Belle Noir, sometimes they actually can get attacks in here, but for the most part, you should be pretty safe. So you're going to want him to come over here, and he is just going to get glitched and stuck. Look at him. He's a cute little doggy. You can just sit here and shoot him as much as you want. It's kind of like some of the Jet Dragon glitches I'm going to show later on. However, sometimes he does like break out and attack, and it still does take absolutely forever to kill him. See, just right there, he broke out and he like teleported away. He should come right back in just a minute and be glitched over here again. So it's really not that hard, and it makes killing him extremely easy. Look at this. He's just going to be stuck here at the same time. You can throw some pals out. You can turn your settings up. You can get better weapons. You can do whatever you want to do to make this even easier, but it's not going to get much easier than this guy's. Like, he just sits there. He just AFKs. He just looks at you, and every once in a while, like once every like 3 minutes or something, he'll run away or like use an attack or something. But it is 1,000 times easier to do this than to try and kill him legit. So let's move on to the next boss. You guys will see he'll just like keep coming back here and sitting here, and you can just attack him, throw your pal out to attack him, do whatever you want. He's just going to be glitched here. Now, it's pretty much going to be the same for the Xenoloord here. This one's a little bit harder because he has attacks that can hit you through walls. But if you get him stuck in that little glitch position like I showed you earlier, he really won't attack you too much. And he also has 1.3 million health. So it's definitely a lot more annoying with Xenoloord than it was with the Blasma. But look, he's going to be glitched here just the same as the other attack. Just the same as the other boss, I mean, but sometimes, yeah, he does attack, and his attacks can go through walls, so it's extremely annoying. But like I said, it's not a guaranteed foolproof thing. Some of his attacks will bounce off the walls, and he will be glitched here for a bunch of time. So one thing you can even do is even like put your pals out there and let them fight normally while you sit inside the rock and attack him, and you'll be able to defeat him a lot easier that way. Now, I don't want to sit here and whittle him down. 1.3 million health, but trust me, it's a lot easier to do it inside this little rock than it would be if he was out there and you're out there normally. You can probably even like go further into this rock and glitch in here even more. I actually haven't explored this too much. I might have to like see if we can make a base in here and make a full video on that, but this place looks pretty cool. Maybe you can even go over here. I don't know, like I said, there's a lot of things to explore. Like, this glitch is not all the way done or all the way found, so I would definitely recommend looking around and trying to find the best ways to kill him with this glitch. It looks like over here is an even more glitch spot, so I don't know, I might have just discovered something over here I didn't even know you could get over here. But yeah, it looks like it's pretty hard for him to attack you if you're over here. So do with this glitch the best that you want. Do anything you want with this. It just makes defeating the bosses 1,000 times easier. Next up, we have a pretty boring glitch that I've shown 1,000 times in my videos, but we're going to do it one more time just because there's like a ton of new players every single day on this game, and this one is extremely useful. Of course, I am talking about the stacked farm glitch. The reason this is so overpowered is we actually need to get rid of this guy. The reason this is so overpowered is because it makes farming a lot easier, and if you're in a base with a limited spots, like I'm about to show you guys, like a glitch base or whatever, this actually saves you so much space. So it's definitely worth to do this. I do this in every single one of my bases. So the first thing you're going to need to do is place 4 benches just on top of each other, just like this. It's very, very easy to do. You don't need much practice. It's one of the easiest glitches in the entire game to do. Actually, let's only do 3 benches. You can do as many as you want, but just for show, I'm only going to do 3. And then I'm going to grab a berry plantation. I'm going to jump and I'm going to place it, but here's the tricky part. I'm actually not going to build it. I'm going to get rid of the second bench. I'm going to jump again and place it again. And then I'm going to just do that on repeat, get rid of the benches and then place again, and then get rid of the last bench, which might be kind of hard. You have to like crouch and go in there to do it. There we go. I finally got it. And then place the last berry plantation. And there you go. You have all 4 lined up right now. Now you can build them. And when you build them, it should look something like this. Now remember, you can go as high as you want, but I usually only go 4 high. You can see some of my personal farms over there use this technique, and we have all the bonsai trees over there, which isn't a glitch, but it's still pretty cool. And you will have 4 farms, and when your pals water these farms, sometimes they'll water 2, they'll water 3, they'll water 4, they'll water a whole bunch of them at the same time. You'll collect a bunch of them at the same time. It just makes farming a lot faster. Plus, look how much like space you save. Like this is only 1 farm space and it has 4 or 5 or 6 farms depending on how many you put up there. That would usually take up like this entire area over here. So this is a small glitch, kind of boring, but definitely worth it. You can see my farms over there. I still use this glitch even though I'm very like advanced in this game, max level and everything. Definitely one of the best glitches in the whole game, and I don't think they're going to patch it anytime soon. If you want to be better safe than sorry, I would definitely be stocking up on these glitch farms. Next up is the grazing area glitch, which I actually have a full video on this, which I explain much more in detail. So I'm actually going to cut to a video of that. You guys can skip it if you want, if you don't feel like doing this glitch, but it's kind of hard, so I explained it in detail right here. Let's just get straight into it. Let's make this really fast. We're just going to make a little foundation. I believe mine is 5 by 5, so we have a 5 by 4 actually stone foundation right here. So 5 this way, 4 this way, and this is also going to be needed to be at a PAL base, so make sure you have a PAL box down wherever you're trying to do this, because you can only place wrenches in a PAL box area or a base. So anyways, once you have this little foundation down, you are going to put stone walls 4 high up. You can actually go as high as you want, I believe, with this glitch, but we're just going to make it super simple and we're only going to do 4. Maybe if you guys do this glitch at your own base and you get it down, you can go even higher, but for now we're just going to do 4. So once you are done with 4, pay attention to this step, because a lot of the times I messed this step up and it was really annoying, and it doesn't work if you don't get this step right. So all you're going to need to do is hold control, and you're going to want to place it just right here. Now this part is like really kind of hard, because what you're not going to want to do is you're not going to want to do this. You're not going to want to like see how it's unconnected here, and I can move it wherever and I can just put it like right there, like super close to the wall. That's actually not what you're going to want to do. You want to make sure you're holding control, and you want to make sure it snaps into place. So you can see right there, it doesn't snap into place, it's just going all over. But if we look towards the middle of the box, it actually snaps into place and we don't need to put it anywhere. So we're going to put that right there, and then I have my work speed turned all the way up for this so I can just instantly build it, and you're just going to want to connect them wherever you can. Sometimes they're not going to snap into place, sometimes they do, sometimes your pal is going to get in the way, so that's okay. So you can see this part right here on the left wasn't snapping into place, but you're just going to keep on snapping. See, this one isn't snapping into place, and that's completely fine, because as you build the other ones, more and more will snap into place. So just build as many crates as you can. We're going to want 3 crates on the right, actually 2 on the right, 2 on the left, and 1 in the middle. making it 3 altogether on either side, so 5 in total. So you're just going to build 2 layers of these crates. It is kind of complicated on your first try, but once you get it down, you will easily be able to do it. So you can see how I can't place one right here. That's completely fine. All we're going to have to do is build these 2, and then you can place it. So it's a little bit complicated at first, but once you get it down, it's going to be really easy. So as you guys can see, this one is sliding, which means it's not going to work, which means we don't want to do that. So we're just going to go on to the next one, and as we build them, more and more are going to snap into place. So don't worry if like 1 or 2 of them isn't snapping into place and you're like panicking because you did it wrong. Do not worry, just snap the other ones into place and they'll all come together at some point. There we go. Now that we have a perfect 5 crates in a row with 2 layers up, now what we are going to want to do is place 1 more crate right here. There we go. And this is just going to be our placement crate to make it easier to build the ranches. Now we can go 1 more layer up or 2 more layers up or 3 more layers up, whatever we want, but we don't really want to do that right now just for you know, teaching purposes. We don't want to go too high up, but theoretically you can go as high as possible, and I think you can even do this with like breeding grounds and other kinds of base buildings and things like that. But we're just going to stick to the ranch right now, and I kind of like how the ranch looks. It's kind of OP, so we're just going to want to put the ranch as close to the wall as possible. And now we can start going Bob the Builder, just destroying absolutely everything. Wreck-It Ralph maybe is a better reference there, but there we go. Let's place our second one right against the wall. Now we destroy this layer, and you can build these if you want. I don't know if it actually matters if you build them mid glitch that we're doing, but it's whatever. We're just going to finish all 3 of them, and then we can build all 3 of them, and there we go. We have all 3 built and all 3 glitch stacked on top of each other. So I'm actually going to put some pals in here and see how they like it, see if they like their new glitched home. And I'm pretty sure, I actually don't know what happens when you start putting the pals in there. I haven't got to that part yet. I haven't actually tried it. So we're just going to put a bunch of chickens and a bunch of sheep, and we'll see what happens with them. We'll see where they go. I assume they're just going to like glitch up there, because I think one can only hold like 3 or 4. Oh, nope, it looks like they're all just going to graze right here. Holy cow, this is actually kind of crazy. You can see how many are in there. There's like 10. Actually, there's 16 pals, and 1 of them isn't in there. 2 of them isn't in there. So it seems like there's 14 or 15 pals in these 3 graze grounds, which is absolutely insane. So I'm actually going to wait a few minutes and then show you guys all the drops we get, and that is going to be absolutely absurd. Oh, it looks like they're actually picking up the drops, so we won't be able to see, but there is quite a few over here. So okay, yeah, that wasn't that crazy, but we are getting all these drops in. All right, next glitch I am very excited to show. I've shown this on my channel a few times recently, and that is the glitched base over on the Sakajimura Island. This is what the base looks like. You're underwater. It's really cool. Nobody can like get to this base if they don't know how to glitch in. So it makes it perfect if you're playing with friends or like multiplayer or anything like that. Now I'm going to show you guys how to actually get in here. It is very simple and one of my favorite glitches in the game. First of all, I am at chords -670 and 202. You're going to want to come to the waterfalls over here. It's this nice lush area. There's this little skill fruit tree right here. You're just going to want to go to the biggest waterfall that has this little pendant to the right of it, and you're just going to want to walk right in. This is a very simple glitch, so it shouldn't take you too many tries, but once you walk in, it's going to glitch you to the top. You're just going to go backwards a little bit, and then when you fall through, I like to parachute a little bit and come to this dark area. Now you might think this is it, but you actually can't get into the base like this. It has a little bit of a glitch. Oh, okay, well, usually you can't because I put a little, usually you can't, but because I built these foundations here, I actually am able to glitch in. But I'll show you guys what you will have to do if you don't have anything built in here. Usually it's a tad bit harder, which I actually like because it adds like a layer of security. Not everyone can just get into your base. So once you walk through this waterfall, sometimes it takes a few tries. You're going to want to go backwards, come into this dark cave area, and then go to the left and actually just climb up these rocks, and you should come right through. You're able to get into this cool little base. You're able to build whatever you want. You're able to like build inside these walls too. Like these walls aren't solid, you can build in them, which gives you a lot more space than you initially think. This is definitely one of my favorite bases in the entire game. This last one is another really easy one I've shown on my channel a whole bunch of times. This one is to get unlimited gold, and it helps with XP a lot, so it's kind of a double whammy glitch, and it has been in the game for a long time, but here are some modifications to make it even easier. So the first thing you're going to want to do is get some gold and stone, or not gold and stone, some wood and stone, and we're going to go over to one of the black marketeers. My favorite one is to go over to the eastern village over here, or the eastern wild island, and we're just going fast travel there, and I'll show you guys how to get to this black marketeer. Once we arrive here, we are just going to go straight, and we should get straight to the black marketeer. Now, most of you guys already know about killing him or catching him and getting his gold, but one thing that they added in the newest update, which was super annoying, is if you shoot him right now, you'll be able to get the gold just like you were in the old updates, just like in my other videos where I've done this glitch and a bunch of stuff thousands of times. But if you actually shoot him now, it shows the guards your location, and the guards come to you, and they're really strong and they attack you, and it's just really annoying because you can't get them off your backs unless you die. Now, one thing to actually remedy this and make that not happen is if you get him inside of a hanging trap just like this. It's a little bit hard to line it up, so 1 second. Just like that, you can actually go behind him, and if you attack him from here, the guards will not be able to get to you. So it does say criminal activity underway. Remember, you can put your pals out and they can attack this this criminal for you, and you'll still get all the stuff. But as long as you don't go in front of him and you don't go in his line of sight, you won't get the cops on you, or the PDIF or PDF or whatever it is, PIDF, I think. Those soldiers will not come and attack you, so it just makes this a lot easier. Now, you might be wondering what the actual glitch is, because nothing I've shown so far is an actual glitch, but it used to be if you take your pal out and you command it to attack, and then you talked to the black marketeer, your pal will attack him and the marketeer won't attack back at you. But I mean, that's pretty much redundant here. We don't even really need to do that. You can throw your pal out over there if you have a smaller pal, and he will attack the black marketeer for you. That's if you're like a low level and you don't really have a gun, but we don't even need to do that. Like, we can just skip that part, and then what we're going to want to do is go ahead and catch him. Okay, well, it looks like I accidentally killed him already, but don't worry, because we do have a few more at the base. But I was going to say, after you catch him, all you have to do is fly a little bit away. I believe the exact amount is like 200 meters or something. So we're just going to fly like 10 seconds away, and then we're just going to come right back, and he should be there again. And we can just do this over and over and over again. Again, this isn't really a glitch anymore. It used to be you can throw your pal out and you can talk to him, and your pal will be able to do all the damage. There he is, respawning again. But that is become kind of annoying. They kind of patched it because the soldiers will come and attack you and everything. So I just used the hanging trap method instead. But after you get a bunch of gold, you can do this like 10 times in like 5 minutes and get a ton of gold. I have like 500k just from doing this. You can go back to your base once you catch him. And here's another fun, exciting fact about it. You can actually put him out at your base, and every time you buy a pal from him with his own gold, like we got 40k gold, and this one only costs 6k, so we can buy up all of these pals, and you can see it actually gives us experience to do that. And when you run out of pals, you can put him back in the box and take him out, and his pals will completely refresh. So you can just keep on doing that over and over and over again. It's kind of hard to show you guys because I'm already level 60, but if I wasn't level 60, buying stuff from him, buying pals from him, actually gives you a decent amount of XP. So this glitch isn't even like a glitch anymore, or it isn't that crazy anymore ever since they patched it. But this is the new improved version of it, and that will get you a lot of gold and even a little bit of XP too. And if I was a low level on a new server or like a multiplayer server, I would definitely use that method to get a good amount of gold or XP. Remember, you can do the old method of throwing your pal out and talking to him, and that is the actual glitch because you can kill him without him killing you. But then you have to deal with the annoying soldiers that come after you and everything. I just don't recommend doing it that way. So that is the vid, guys. All the glitches that I know about currently right now. Remember, if you want your own bonsai tree right now, I have like 200 more to put up. So if you want one permanently in my base, all you have to do is sub up and I will place one down for you and you can be permanently a part of this.